I'm Jacob Coleman, and my wife Donna and I came to FCBC about a year and a half ago. We've known some families that have been going here for a while, and it just was a natural fit. We've really enjoyed the teaching, and our kids are really thriving here, our three younger kids. And I happen professionally to be a financial advisor, and so we're getting to work in this time. What's going on in the world is really unique. I've gone through other things before with people. I've had a chance to counsel people for a long time in this area, but this is a little different. And I think it's different because when I talk to people, it's not really just about their money. It's about their personal well-being and safety and fear and insecurity, and all sorts of things are coming out. And that's hard, being in the role that I'm in, hearing people that are in distress. And again, it's not really about their money. I did have a person who was a longtime financial advisor, and he told me, one of the things you need to do, Jake, is help people see a bigger picture and a longer time horizon. You need to expand people's time horizon. And he was really talking about their money. But then I started thinking about it, and I realized, for me as a Christian, I have to expand my time horizon too, to eternity, and to really, I think why like this book that we're in, Ecclesiastes, has been so powerful for me is just refocusing our attention and our affections on eternity, and so I've professionally had a chance in my job to counsel people. To pray for people, to be bold at times and say some things that people needed to hear almost every day. And so these conversations, I don't think, would be happening apart from what's going on in the world right now. It's just people are ready and willing to talk, not just about their money, but about the suffering that they and their family are going through, or just that they're seeing, and the fact that they're anxious. And so I'm hoping that as I talk and pray with people, that I'm reminding myself daily that this is not all there is, right? And that suffering is just temporary, and that we have eternity as believers to look forward to, and we should be joyful in that. And so I've had people say, like, you sound like you're having a good time, and I'm just like, well, I just have a lot of peace and I have a lot of joy. And I get a chance to share with them why. And because this is just money, and the reality of eternity is pretty cool. And so I'll give you an example. Like today, I actually had a gentleman walk in my office that picks up my dry cleaning, and he shared that that was his last opportunity to stop in. And we've been talking to this guy for about a year and a half about his faith and his marriage and his kids, and he's had all sorts of family issues, and he's been really open every time he comes to just talking for a couple of minutes with us. And today he said, it's my last day, I'm being laid off. And so just had a chance to pray with him and for him. And I desperately wanted to put my hand on his shoulder or wrap my arm around his side and just comfort him. And I told him, Stan, I'd give you a hug if I could, but I'll just have to stand over here and pray for you instead. And it was a really sweet thing to be able to do that. And I think God is opening doors, and he is softening hearts, and he's causing, in some ways, through suffering, really powerful things to happen to people that otherwise wouldn't happen. And so I feel privileged to feel like, as a believer, I get to have these opportunities. I've been praying for opportunities, and so God sees fit to answer those prayers, I think, when we're praying for those things to happen. I've also asked God to move people in and out of my life and in and out of my office that need this, and he's bringing them. And so I guess as believers, that's how we should be praying. And don't forget, just there's people inside your walls and windows that need this. Like my kids need to see these things happen, right? And they need to see their parents praying, and they need to see their parents talking about eternity. And so that's happening in my home, and I'm really glad for that. Glad for this church. Glad for my community group. I mean, I wish we could be together. Like, I desperately want to have a meal with all of friends and family. And I think in some ways, looking at Revelation, one of my friends was reminding me, like, we're going to get to be around the table together, right? And so it's kind of a picture of this really close fellowship that right now we don't get to have. And but someday we all get to look forward to that someday. And so this is just a little brief period of time, and so I think we get to be faithful. So that's what's happening in my life, and I'm excited to see what God's going to do.